It's Saturday the 4th of October while my darling is at a convention, a cactus succulent convention. I'm arrived here at almost 10 o'clock at the Caboolture Historical Museum. But all this new construction that's to do with equestrian and horses. There's Faye, and in there are the buildings as we used to know them. And all this new parking area out here, and a new big reception area there, and garden at the front. Not sunny at the moment, it's quite cloudy, and that's looking north. So boy, it has changed. I'm just about ready to walk in and pay my admittance, and this is a wall, Caboolture Historical Village. Oh, it looks modern now. That's mainly the main, still the same building. Well, I've just walked through, paid my fee, and it's looking out to the main road out there. And oh boy, this has really changed. All this big place is about 4 times the size. But of course out here it's all much the same. All nicely kept. And it's still very cloudy, but that's good. There's a Salvation Army Hall. Mr. Henderson's, Caboolture's family butcher. Looks like it's had a good paint job recently. Oh, cash register. Armstrong shop. And it's a hairdresser. Two hairdressing chairs. And the post office. Shouldn't think this has changed much either. They keep the places nice and clean. All voluntary work. There's a telephone exchange, 2 free boxes, and the post boxes, which would have been later on. And lots of things here. You can... Next teller, please. I don't know what the collector series is there for, but anyway. That's it looks like a 20 exchange. But about half the size of the one I worked on in Officer. Walking down the 3 steps from the store, the butcher shop, Ted's barber shop, post office, the hotel. Tea room in there. Don't know whether it's open or not. I ran out of battery with a movie camera, and I'm back on the Nikon. Directly across the Shell Street, the street from the garage, is the police station. Uniforms, different ages, different periods. Handcuffs and other items. Next to the morgue is the jail. A couple of different seats up there. Jail cell, G-A-O-L, cell is correctly spelt. Various prisoners, Bogger Road executions, oh dear, 1833 to 1913. Caboolture Cemetery. Morgue. A little bit of blood there. That's where they do the inspections, I suppose. Chop up the bodies. Just across from the jail is the wireless shack. Boy, this is a lot of stuff's been taken out of here, old radios and that, but there's still quite a bit left. Lots of those up there I've worked on over the years at Phillips and Astor. And here it's supposed to be like a workshop. Yeah, there's even a computer there. But there was, yeah, well, you can see on the floor here there were divisions, like there was separate sort of rooms, various ham cards. I was a ham for many years, but I never had a professionally printed card. VK4ZAG. Typewriter museum. I shouldn't imagine there's much changed in here. Check writing. Plenty of typewriters. VT100 digital computer. Some small typewriters here. Royal was one of the very well-known brands. Electrical typewriters here. And his Blick and Dash Fair Model 7 Imperial Round keyboard. Ted Hay storekeeper. This is all the same, it's been here many years. Worthwhile having another quick look. My darling will remember this one. It's the old type store. An old telephone there for the man to order his goods. Inside the china shop, in other words, plates, cups and saucers, not china as in Chinese. Undoubtedly there would be some Chinese cutlery and crockery. Give us this day our daily bread. All nicely kept clean. The village pottery. Oh, a nice piece of garden out the front here. I think it was like this the last time we saw it. Closed. Axeman's Hall of Fame. Big stump. All sorts of axes. This is probably the same as last time. Lots of motorised saws. That's a good demonstration. I don't remember that. This is where they stand and chop. And this one, of course, they climb up.
Throws are used to split wood. There is no standard form, and they come in various shapes and sizes. The throw is typically an L-shaped tool made up of a wedged-shaped blade.
Oh, there's a video playing here.
And a wooden handle.
Big saw.
Blades were usually straight with a socket forged at one end, but curved blades were also made. Most handles were round and tapered and were inserted through the socket.
And just from the entrance area, and this is the sawmill building. This is certainly all different, I think. I don't remember the way they've got this set up with the kerosene lamps. Lots of saws there. So that's up towards the entrance. The radio shack there is in the, or the wireless is in the an old church. Axeman's Hall of Fame and the big stump, and Stanmore Hall, and because they hire that out, they've built these toilets right next to it, which is a good idea. A little band rotunda here. And the other buildings are around in a circular, and I think this was the hospital. Go to that later. Stanmore Hall, and typical country hall for dancing and pictures, of course. The theatre years ago. In the south towards Caboolture, that's the Queensland State Equestrian Centre. It's really big. And this is Bracalabar, whatever that is. Looks a bit like a railway station.